Hi, welcome friends. We are going to get started here on this beautiful sunny day, nice and warm outside. Your Midwest weather report for the day. All right, so let's start standing up. And whatever you have that you need to get ready, let's go. A chair, blankets, blocks, anything of that sort. So actually, just a little. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's come to a nice tall standing posture, and let's find our mountain pose, Tadasana, Samastiti, whatever you like to call it. And start with big toes touching up to hip width distance apart with the feet, maybe wider, depending on your balance or the slope of the floor here. And then let's find some points on the body to find our alignment. So if you'd like, you can lift your toes up and then set them back down. Feel the importance of the toes in your balance. And then let's check the pelvic tilt. So I don't really see what I'm doing here, but tilting back and forth here to find that natural neutral alignment for the pelvis. And then we're just going to go all the way up the body. We'll give you a bunch of them here. So right in front here, the hip points, we're going to pull those together. And somebody used the idea of lacing up a corset or maybe your shoe. You're not old enough to know what a corset is. Okay, so you're pulling, like you've got laces and then pulling it towards each other. That makes sense? Or just activating that lower abdominals. So then the next one is this lower rib cage. So if you want, you can actually even put your hands here and see if when you breathe, you can move your hands. And that's the diaphragm moving. So when you inhale, it flattens out. And when you exhale, it comes up just a little bit like that. Actually, you can see. So when you inhale, it comes down. When you exhale, it comes back up. Beautiful. And then the next one is your back heart alignment. So the tops of the shoulders soften, and then shoulder blades, that bottom point comes in towards the center and then in towards the heart. So that one's a little trickier to see because it's on the back body. Just take a moment to see if you can find that. And then our next one is that hyoid bone that I've mentioned before. So it's kind of this shape, like a little horseshoe shape, and it comes back towards the back of the head and then lift it up. And there you go. And then you can have your hands facing forward or towards each other. Maybe notice that rotation in the shoulders, see how that feels today. Now let's just take a couple of breaths here. This beautiful, glorious, sunny day right before the solstice. And then when you're ready, we can release that. Excellent. So let's try and keep that length and beautiful alignment in the body for our practice and maybe for next couple of days, whole week, whatever you got. All right, let's go and do some movement. So let's start. We're going to start with warrior one here today. Oops. Snag that. Okay, so warrior one. So feet can be wide. And then we're going to turn left foot out and step this right foot forward. Excellent. All right. And then from here, we're going to warm up that first leg. So we're going to bend and straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale, bring back up. Exhale. Inhale. Excellent. All right, and then bend that front knee, push off, and step it back. And then we'll turn the second foot out. I have my left foot forward. And I forgot to mention before, if that's uncomfortable to have that back leg straight, you can bend it. That's quite all right. All right, let's go ahead and warm up this side. So inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more. And then bend that knee, push off, and step it back. Excellent. All right, so our next one, we're going to add the arms. And let's see, this way. All right, so a couple of different options. If you have shoulder issues, you want to bring your hands to the heart, or cactus arms, or arms straight up. And then you can do one of those, and then we'll do a second round where we bring the arms out, and I'll move so I don't smack the window. All right, so first round, let's start with the left foot turns out again, right foot steps forward. And if you don't like where your feet land, you can adjust them and bend that back leg if that's more comfortable. So let's start with an inhale. We're going to raise the arms and bend that front knee. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. All right, and then bend that front leg, push off, and step it back. Let's do second side, turn that right foot out, left foot comes forward. And inhale, arms come up, bend that front knee. Exhale, bring. Excellent, a couple more. Beautiful. All right, bend that front leg, push off, and step it back. All right, let's do the second one. And we're going to bring the arms out in front and then open and close on the exhale. So I'm going to turn this way so I don't have to worry about smacking in windows. All right, left foot out, right foot steps forward. Bring the arms out in front, fingertips touching. And we're going to slow it down a little bit here too. That first round was a little fast. So let's go a little slower this time. So on an inhale, we're going to open the arms up and bend that front leg. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And release the arms, bend that front leg, and step it back. All right, let's do second side. Turn that right foot out, step that left foot forward, or vice versa. Just do both sides. All right, fingertips together. We're going to inhale, open, bend the knee. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, and exhale. Excellent. And release the arms, bend that front knee, push off, and step it back. All right. So let's take a pause here and see how that feels in the body. So come back to that beautiful mountain pose. You can pick two or more of those points that we went through to find that beautiful alignment. And take one more breath here. Nice. And let's come into some more movement. All right, so for our next one, let's come into our warrior two. I'm going to come back so I can have not bumping into anything. All right, so I'm going to step this first side forward. I'm doing left because I started with my right on warrior one. So I usually start with my left on warrior two. All right, so in theory, that front foot heel is in line with the arch of the back foot, but that may not be comfortable somewhere in your body, so adjust as is comfortable for you. We're going to bend this front knee over that front ankle. So we're not going past the toes. We just want kind of a straight line with the shin there. Kind of probably hard to tell in the video, but that's okay. So just notice what feels right for you. And like I said, you can adjust your feet at any time if they didn't land where you like. So the torso is going to face the same direction as that back foot, hands together at the heart, arms open out. And then we're going to look out over those left fingers, or whichever arm is out in front. And then soften the shoulders away from the ears, extend the fingers out. And let's just take a moment here and check in with the body. Take a couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, let's do a little bit of movement while we're here. We're going to start with a peaceful warrior. So this back hand comes down, open that front palm up, and that hand comes up towards the sky or the ceiling if you're indoors. Feeling your feet rooted into the earth. Nice, strong, stable legs. And then we're going to come to side angle pose. So there's a lot of variations for side angle pose, but we're going to start with left forearm on that left thigh, right hand on that right hip. So I'm curling forward here a little bit. I want to send that right shoulder back behind me. So I've got a lateral and a twist. There we go. So you can stay right here, keeping that hand on that hip, or if you prefer, that arm can come straight up towards the ceiling, or that arm can come overhead. So that's a nice long from those lengthening, from those fingertips to that hip. Any of those that work for you. All right, so now we're going to come up and all the way around to peaceful warrior. Excellent. And let's come back to that side angle pose. So there's a couple of other options with side angle pose. If you want, you can come down to the floor with that front arm. Arm comes up, or both arms can come out. That might be a little bit much today. But find what works for you. Take a breath or two there. And then we're going to come all the way back up to peaceful warrior. Take a breath or two here. Check in with that front knee. If you straighten it, maybe it'll bend again. And then let's come back to our side angle pose. Again, that front arm can be on the thigh, can be towards the floor, or straight out. Upper arm can stay on the hip, can come straight up or overhead. And then one more time through, let's do our peaceful warrior. And side angle pose. And again, whichever flavor you like, or maybe try one that you don't love. Be open to the possibilities. All right, so let's come back to warrior two. Soften the shoulders, gazes over those left fingers. Take a moment here. And actually, if you want, come in and check the breath in the rib cage here. Beautiful. You can bring the arms back up, drop them down, and then step the feet back together. All right, if you need to, shake the feet out a little bit. And then let's come to the other side. So we're going to step this right foot forward. Back foot's sort of at 90 degrees. And then let's bend that front knee over that front ankle. Torso is facing the same direction as that back foot. Hands together at the heart, arms open to the sides. We're going to soften the shoulders away from the ears. And let's take a couple of check-in breaths here. So we soften the shoulders. Obviously, I need to do it again. Gaze is over those right fingers. And let's start moving with our peaceful warrior. So back hand comes down to that leg, open that front hand up, peaceful warrior. And then all the way around to side angle pose. So you can start with this left hand on that left hip, send that left shoulder back. Left forearm on that left thigh. Take a couple breaths here. If you want to, you can bring that arm up towards the sky or overhead. Excellent. And then let's come all the way back to peaceful warrior. And side angle pose. And again, you can bring that hand down in front if you like, if that feels good. I like a little bit more open. So I feel like when I'm down here, I'm like smushing a little bit. So I like to be up a little bit more. But you can figure out what you like. Experiment a little, move around. And then one more time through, peaceful warrior. And our last side angle pose. Excellent. And coming back up to our warrior two, let's reset this, softening the shoulders. And if you want, you can even do that, check the rib cage breathing again. Excellent. Bring the arms back up one more time, soften the shoulders. And then we'll release and step back together. All right, so let's come to that mountain pose again and check in and see, maybe notice the difference between a warrior one and warrior two. So however you like your feet, how far apart they are. Relaxing the shoulders, palms forward or in towards the thighs. And then when you're ready, let's come back and move some more. So let's come into our balance poses. And we'll start with our favorite moving balance. This is actually my least favorite, so maybe it's your favorite. So we're gonna do our palm tree. And what that looks like is we're gonna come up onto the toes, arms come up, exhale down. Inhale, coming up, exhale back down. If you want to, increase the, maybe not difficulty, but the adventure, how about that? That's a great word. For this pose, you can make it 2 breaths. So you can inhale the arms up, pause here and exhale. Inhale up on the toes. And then you can exhale everything back down. So let's try a couple rounds of that. So inhale, arms, and then exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Bring it all the way back down. That's a great way to slow everything down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, arms up, exhale. Inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, everything comes down. I said 2, right? 1 more. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Everything comes down. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to do my actual favorite. So that was my least favorite. This is my most favorite of the moving balance poses. All right, so this one we're going to do, I'm going to stay like this. So we're going to inhale, arms come up, one knee comes up, exhale, bring it down, and then we switch knees. Inhale and exhale. So I'm going to let you go ahead and go on your own. Inhale the arms and one knee up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, other side. Just do a couple rounds of this, going nice and slow. If it's not easy to do this, if your balance is a little off, you can, I'm just going to use the window here. You can go like that. Switch arms, switch legs, or use a chair. Or a countertop before or after making dinner. Getting the body used to breathing and moving. Excellent. And then let's come back to our mountain pose. Guess it's mountain pose day, right? Okay. So let's find that mountain pose and notice how we feel after moving and balancing. Excellent. All right. So after this, let's come into our tree pose. So if you have a chair and you would like to use your chair, bring that into the space that you need. All right, so since I have it out, I'm just going to use it. All right. So we're going to start with this left foot into the mat. And we're going to start with this right heel above that left ankle. So we're making a little tripod. If that is too much, or if you're working up to balance, just start by lifting that opposite foot up off the floor. All right, so you have your chair, you have your tripod. If you don't have a chair, that's fine. We can still make this a nice strong tree. So you can stay right here with the feet and right here with the arms and practice that. One of the points that we came to with our mountain pose was pulling these hip points together. So that's something that you can do while you're in your mountain pose. Pulling these towards each other, like they're laced up. And then hold back onto that chair. Or if you'd like to bring your hands to the heart, you can do that. So step by step, we can move into a pose. If this is great and you want to keep going, bring your arms up. Bring your arms out. Move the arms around like we did with a moving balance. If that's too much, do the chair and you can do one arm at a time. Or if you've got your arms figured out and you want to come back to the feet, you want to bring that foot up because you're holding onto a chair. You might not be able to do it without the chair, but with the chair, you can bring that foot up. So you're making that leg that's into the earth stronger. Even though you're holding onto the chair, that leg is holding up more weight. You can bring it up higher above that knee if you want, just not on the knee. All right, and then when you're ready, we're gonna come out nice and gracefully and shake that leg out, both or one, whichever you need. And then let's do the other side. So this right foot is into the earth, left heel above that right ankle. And again, if you did the other side, just do which side you haven't done. And let's go through those same things. So first, if you want to just lifting up that left foot, that would be our first step towards that tree pose. And if you don't need your chair, that's totally fine. If you don't have one, just coming up to the level that's a bit of a challenge, but not too hard. So then the next time, if you can step up to the next level, that's great. If not, just keep working with where you are. That's what yoga does, meets you where you are. So we've got this nice strong hip on this right side. And if you'd like, you can just stay right here. If you're ready for upper body movement, you can bring the hands to the heart. If that's not enough of a challenge, bring the arms up. Otherwise, stay where you're at and be in that pose. Move the arms. And then, if you want, bring that foot up higher. If you have your chair, you can do that, or if you can do it without your chair, that's great too. And if you want, with the chair, to bring that leg up above the knee, you can do that, just not on the knee. All right. So let's come into your best tree pose here. Breathing. And then when you're ready, coming up nice and graceful. You can shake that out. Move that chair out of our way here. And let's come back to our mountain pose and check in after that tree. So this is our standing tall, rooted into the earth, head towards, crown of the head towards the sky. And if you want to check in with those breathing muscles again, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. All right, so let's come and do we're going to do our chair pose. And we'll add some stuff in. So probably, if you want and have blocks, you can grab your blocks. If you have your chair handy and you want to use your chair for this, you can do that. I'll just bring this up here. So we'll do, what do we want to do with our chair pose? So chair pose, we'll do warrior 3 and pyramid pose. Anything else with that? We'll start with that. If we want to add anything in, we'll add it, right? Okay. So we're going to start at least halfway up on the mat. Blocks are in front or in the chair, whichever is more comfortable for you. Or if you don't need any, that's great too. All right, so let's start with hands at the heart. We're going to inhale, arms come up, and then we're going to bend at the knees and bend at the hips. So we're kind of sitting in a chair. And you can bring your feet out as wide as your hips or wider, whatever works today or whichever day it is. And then on an exhale, we're going to fold forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, back to chair pose. And then let's do that one more time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Excellent. And then if you want, coming up to standing to release. All right, so let's add our pyramid pose in here. So we're going to take a half step. And take a half step back with my left foot and a half step forward with my right foot. So your stance may be wider or less wide, more narrow. The idea is that there's a midline in between the feet, and the feet are on either side of that line. So they can be wider away from each other or closer in, depending on your balance. All right, so let's start with a forward fold. There's a bunch of different versions of pyramid pose, so let's do a couple of those. So we'll start with the hands of the heart, and we're going to hinge at the hips. This is our exhale, going just as far as is comfortable. Inhale, push in with the feet, coming back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back up. And last time, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming back. Excellent. All right, let's bend that front knee, step it back, and we'll switch legs, and then we'll switch types. So let's step this other foot forward. And the idea is that front leg is mostly straight. You put a bend in either knee, whichever you need, both or none, or one. All right, let's do 3 folds here. So we're hinging at the hips. We're going to exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push in with the feet to come back up. Exhale, forward fold, just going as far as is comfortable. So we didn't do a lot of folds yet, so it might not be as far as you're used to. Inhale, come back up, and 1 more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming back up. Excellent. All right, bend that front knee and step the feet back together. All right, so let's come in to, we're going to come down to a lunge and then come up into our pyramid pose to come down from the blocks up, because that's kind of fun to do that every once in a while. All right, so we're going to come down hands and knees. If you need a blanket, go ahead and grab that. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. We can still do our lunge without them. If you have them, 3 fingers in front, pinky and thumb on the outside. It's a little bit more stable this way. If you're holding like this, the tendency is to pop your wrist out like that. Okay, so lunge. We'll bring the hands up to the blocks if you have them. If you don't, that's quite all right. I'm going to bring my right foot forward first, and I have it a little bit past the blocks. And let's do our pelvic drop first. So we're bringing the pelvis down towards the floor. Very nice. And then come back up. We'll bring the hands up to the thigh. And 1 more level if you want. Arms come up towards the sky. And then we'll bring the hands down. And down again. And then switch knees. And I've showed you the swing it around if you need to do that. Otherwise, you can just bring it straight forward. And we'll start with our pelvic drop. Hips come down towards the floor. Excellent. And then pause right here. Bring the hands up to that knee. And 1 more level, arms up overhead. And we'll bring the hands down. And then all the way down. And let's tuck that knee under. All right, so we're going to come to our pyramid pose. So let's start, we'll start with that right leg forward first. And this is similar to our triangle, but we're not going to bring any arms up. So we're just going to curl the toes of that back foot. On an inhale, lift the hips up. And I'm just going to walk my foot forward a little bit. You can stay where you are. So we've got that triangle of the pyramid pose, and both feet are facing the same direction. With the triangle, that back foot's at an angle. For pyramid, both feet are facing the same direction. So if you want to, you can fold forward from here, and then come back up. And then let's come down and we'll switch legs. So I'm walking my foot back so I can bring my knee down, bring the other knee down, bring that other side forward. So now I have my left foot forward, curling the toes of the back foot. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift the hips up. And I'm walking that back foot forward. So I have a little bit closer of a stance. And then I'm going to exhale and fold forward deeper. And then coming back up. I come all the way down to the ground. Release that foot. Knee comes down. And then I'm going to make my way back up to standing. All right, before we do our warrior three, it's getting toasty out here, let's come and do our 3 half sun salutations. All right, so here we go. We're going to inhale, arms down, arms up, exhale, arms out to the side, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep a bend in the knee. Inhale, arms out, and the knees all the way up, palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, all the way up, palms together, exhale, hands to heart, and one more. Sure, why not? Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms out, all the way up, palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. All right, warrior three. I promised you a warrior three. Okay, so a couple of different options with warrior three. Blocks, chair, no props. I'm going to, let's see, what do I like? I'm going to go with the back of the chair. Okay, so you can even, so there's even 2 options on the chair. So you can do it with the seat of the chair, or you can do it with the back of the chair. Okay, awesome. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. You're welcome to do it with blocks. So with the blocks, that looks like that. All right, and then if you are not using chair or blocks, when you can come arms out to the side, you can come arms forward or arms to the back. All right, so let's go ahead and start with that right foot. So we want to bring it closer to the center line. We're going to send those left toes back. And when you're ready, we're going to lift that left leg up. So we want to keep the pelvis flat. We don't want to be tipping. And the arms can come forward, out to the side, back behind us, whatever works for you. And then when you're ready, bring that back foot down, bend the knees, and coming up. All right, other side. Toes back, leg up, extend back through the heel, forward with the crown of the head, keeping that pelvis flat, and bend that knee. Bring the foot down, and all the way up. Excellent. All right, so we did all of the components of that. Chair, pyramid, and warrior three. So I think what we're going to do is put them all together. So I'm going to bring blocks up and use the blocks for the flow of that. All right, so let's start with, we'll go chair, pyramid, warrior three, back to chair. All right, so I'm a little bit closer than halfway. I'm gonna bend the knees, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Bring my hands to the blocks, step the feet apart for pyramid. Fold. And then from here, I'm just moving that foot back a little bit so I can raise that left foot up for warrior three. And then setting that left foot down next to the right, back to chair pose. And then hands together, exhale, and all the way back up. And let's do the other side. Exhale down to chair. And then we're going to fold forward into pyramid. So this right foot comes back. Folding forward. And then coming to warrior three. So that back leg comes up, keeping the pelvis flat. And then set that right foot down next to the left. And inhale to chair pose. Bring the elbows up to the side if that's more comfortable. Forward fold to release. Arms come out to the side. Inhale all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. And let's come back to our mountain pose. And let's pick a couple of spots to check in with our alignment. Look at the toes. Look at that pelvic tilt. Hip points towards each other. Lower rib cage, breathing. Back heart alignment. Shoulders soften, shoulder blades together. And in. Hyoid bone. Back and up. Crown of the head towards the sky. And where are we noticing what? Very nice. And let's come back out of our mountain pose. So we'll do one more round of half sun salutations. And then we'll come down to our mat. All right. So I'm going to do the arms out in front. If you like the arms out to the side, go ahead and do that version. Either way, let's start with the hands at the heart. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, you can bring the hands to the legs, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Arms come up to the ears or all the way around if you're going that way. Exhale, arms come back down or hands to the heart. Two more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. All right, so let's make our way down to the ground. And we're going to come and sit however is comfortable for you. So let's come, we haven't done any 6 directions of the spine. So let's do that. And then we'll come back down onto the spine. All right, so starting with our cat and cow. A little bit. All right, cat and cow. So hands on the knees if your legs are crossed, or under the thighs if your legs are straight out, or if you're in a chair, under the thighs works too. So we're going to exhale, round to cat. Inhale, rounding forward, looking up. Exhale, back to cat. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Come back to that neutral spine. Ah, I feel taller already. Let's go and do a couple laterals. One hand on the floor of the mat. Inhale this other arm up and over. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. A couple times on your own. Beautiful. And finishing last time, last side. And let's go back to cat and cow. Wonderful. All right, back to that neutral spine. And let's finish with our twist here. So inhale, lift up out of the spine. On the exhale, pick a side, any side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. One more time each side. Exhale. And inhale. Second time. And last, you know what I'm trying to say. Last time, second side. There we go. Inhale, back to center. All right, so let's come back to symmetrical with our cat and cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Ah, it feels glorious. All right, so let's come down onto the back. So we'll bring our feet up to top of the mat, hands on the knees, and then rolling down onto the flat of the back. So let's come and do a couple of, bring the feet down first. And let's do that pelvic tilt. So we did it while we were standing. Let's see how it feels while we're on our back. So we're just going to push into the feet gently, and that pelvis tilts. Release, and it comes back to hopefully neutral. If you want, you can go a little bit further past neutral the other way. So like that, and then push in, rolling back. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to come into Apanasana. So knees come up into the chest. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. For today, I'm going to bring the legs out a little bit wider. You find your sweet spot where that's comfortable for you. And then a couple here. So exhale, knees come in. Inhale, release. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. Very nice. And then let's do a couple of legs up. So we're going to exhale, knees come in. On the inhale, legs come up, arms come up overhead. So you can push up with the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Hands come to knees. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. So if you'd like, and I'm going to do this, but you can stay with the legs straight or stay in Apanasana if that's too much anywhere on the body. So we're going to inhale. I'm going to bring the legs out a little bit wider. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Inhale, open. Legs a little wider. Exhale, back, hands to knees. One more time, as wide as is comfortable. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. And 2 or 3 Apanasanas. Back to our counter pose. And then when you're ready, let's bring both feet down to the mat. And then extend both legs all the way straight out. So this, laying on the floor like this, is our mountain supine. So it got knocked over, right? So we want to consider that the feet are engaged as though you were standing on the floor. So we want the feet to be engaged like that. I'm zipping the legs up together. If that's not comfortable, that's fine. You can bring them a little bit apart. And we're just going to move the arms here. So we're going to inhale, arms come up towards the ceiling, and then going just as far as is comfortable for you. If you can make it all the way to the floor, that's great. If not, on the exhale, bring them back down to the floor. If even that's too much, snow angel arms are nice. So turn the palms up, and you're going to slide the hands up towards the crown of the head. And I said towards, they may not make it all the way, especially if there's some shoulder issues in there. Or that may not feel great either. And just bending the elbow might work with cactus arms. So either any of those 3, or just breathing here. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring them back. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring them back. And then when you're ready, let's move just the palms here. But let's take a moment before we do that. Just check in with your mountain. See, how does your mountain feel down on the floor? All right. Now when you're ready, we're going to bring the palms to the floor, face down. Inhale, lift the thumb up and roll over so that the palms face up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, back. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. So let's do this. See how much time we have here. Not very much, but we're going to do this anyway. All right, so we're going to bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. And this is the heart, belly, circle, movement, mudra. So I didn't give you the Sanskrit, but it's got 4 words in it, and that's what it's doing. So we're making a circle with the hands from the heart to the belly. So we're going to do a breath pattern here. So we're going to inhale into the nose towards the back of the head and down the back of the body. On the exhale, we're going to come up the front of the body and out the nose. And hopefully your hands will move as the breath goes down and comes back up. All right, here we go. Inhale, down the back body. Exhale, up the front body. Inhale, down the back body. Exhale, up the front body. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Remove the hands, let them come out away from the body, wherever comfortable. Release the legs, let the feet relax, let the legs and the knees and all that relax. And let's come into our relaxation pose. So I'm going to grab my chair and bring my legs up on my chair. And you can do whatever feels right for you to get comfortable for your relaxation pose. A blanket under your head, a blanket over you. What else could you do? You can sit up if you're uncomfortable on your back and sit in a chair and relax. All right. So finding that comfort, that relaxation, letting go of muscle tension, letting go of thoughts. And let's do our full body relaxation, walking up the body, starting at the toes. Release the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees. Relax the top of the thighs and the back of the thighs. Relax the pelvis, let it be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Relax the whole of the spine from the tip of the tailbone all the way up into the head. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the tongue be heavy and fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes be heavy and fall to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts you got at the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. You're welcome to stay in your relaxation pose as long as you need. But when you're ready, coming back into the room, bringing awareness back in. And if you have your legs up on a chair, move that chair out of the way. Or maybe not. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto your right or left side. Bring the arm under the head. A nice little pillow here. Take a couple breaths here. When you're ready, with an inhale, using the upper arm to push up to a comfortable seated position. And I have a fabulous mudra for us. And I know I've given this one to you before, but this is kind of like a seated mountain pose that we're sitting in here. We're going to bring ring finger and pinky finger in towards the palm and bring the thumb over them. And then peace fingers, so making a V or victory sign with the index and the middle finger. And so we're going to bring them out. So we're making a triangle here with the arms to the top of the head and the legs. Or your seated mountain pose is what this is. So it's Bhu Mudra. It's the gesture of the earth. The core quality is stability of the earth. Attuned to the earth's stability, I move confidently along my life journey. It's perfect. And this is especially helpful for cultivating a sense of stability both in the body and mind, strengthening the bones, facilitating optimal posture alignment, reducing blood pressure, cultivating grounding and embodiment, supporting the treatment of anxiety. How about that? It's beautiful. All right, my friends, release that, bring the palms together. Thank you for showing up for your yoga, coming to your mat, spending this time with me, and I will see you next time. Namaste.